Hello guys, welcome to Bookmas Day 6. Today we have another sit down video, but this one's honestly probably the most casual of the ones that I have filmed thus far. Today I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated 2023 releases, and these are honestly, I'm just going to say it, these are probably going to be repetitive. If you've watched anybody else's video of this, they're going to be repetitive because I don't feel like there's a whole lot of books that have been announced for 2023. Like, I feel like as we go on through the year, there's going to be even more books announced, but this is like from right now. I'm sorry if they're repetitive. I'm so sorry. I'm basic, I guess, but let's just get into it. Let's talk about my 2023 anticipated releases and why I'm excited for them. This is in the top 3 of my 2023 anticipated releases, and that is definitely Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. Listen, I've seen a lot of people kind of upset or disappointed, I shall say, that she announced this book and it's kind of the same as the last 2 books that she's put out. Obviously, The Love Hypothesis took off because people loved it, and then she did kind of the same thing with Love on the Brain, and I really liked Love on the Brain. And then she announced Love Theoretically, and a lot of people were like, we want something new, we want to see something different. I feel like this is the same book. My personal opinion, I feel like it is her own different thing. She focuses on making strong women in STEM, and I feel like she does it pretty well, and I feel like it's kind of her thing, so I can see why she's still doing it. I would love to see something different as well, but I would also, I'm loving to see the same thing, obviously. I'm very excited for Love Theoretically. The snippet for this book, it is academic rivals and fake dating, and I love the two, okay? I love the two, especially I feel like Ali Hazelwood is going to do such a good academic rival, so I'm very, very excited for it. Something else that I'm very, very excited for, again, in my top 3. I think, honestly, the first 3 are my top 3. Actually, yes, the first 3 are my top 3. Next one is A Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This is the 3rd and final book in the Dreamland Billionaire trilogy. If you guys live under a rock and don't know what the Dreamland Billionaire series is, it's the fine print and Terms and Conditions. Terms and Conditions came out last year, and The Final Offer is honestly the book that I have been waiting for since the first book, because I just know that Cal is already my favorite brother. My problem with the fine print and Terms and Conditions, but it's more what lies with Terms and Conditions, that I was disappointed, I guess you could say, in a second book in the series, was because I feel like, yes, as they do all offer a different plot, because like they each have basically different things that their grandfather makes them do to get their certain inheritance. So while that is different in all of the books, I felt like the personalities of Rowan and Declan were literally the exact same. So it kind of felt like reading the same book, except they just had to do something different. Everything kind of felt very, very similar. I did like Rowan and Zara more in the fine print, just because while they were both grumpy, I feel like Rowan was a lot quicker on the come around to be less of a jerk than Declan was. While I do enjoy a nice grumpy sunshine, I don't like it when I feel like the guy is just kind of irredeemable in that sense. You know, you have grumpier people, but when you're just kind of mean for no reason and don't change that, that's when it kind of gets for me. But Cal, throughout all of the books, he is not a grumpy person at all, so I'm very, very excited. Also, it's childhood best friend, second chance romance, unrequited love. Are you joking? Literally some of my, basically my favorite tropes all in one book. Next one, this is again top 3, is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I am an Emily Henry stan. I love the premise of this book. It's literally about a couple who has broken up, and they've been broken up for months, but they have this like big friend group that they're all very close, and they didn't want to tell their friend group that they are broken up. So they already had this trip planned for months in advance, and they decide, hey, we're still gonna go on and act like we are together, but both of them still have feelings for each other, so they're kind of playing up this thing on the vacation. I just already know that I love Emily Henry's writing, and I love her characters always, and I love when she writes her banter, so I'm looking forward to good banter in this book as well. Miss Emily Henry, send me an arc if you want. Contact me personally. I want any of the authors on this list, publishers, feel free to send me these, and I'll review. The next book that I'm excited for is Things That We Hide from the Light, or Things We Hide from the Light, Knock 'Em Out 2. And while I was really hoping that the next book that was coming out in the series, which if you guys didn't know, it is actually like the second book after Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score that like went super duper popular. This is the second book, but the series is called Knock 'Em Out because that's the small town that they live in. I thought that the second book would be about a certain someone. Is his name Lucian or something? Oh my god, why can I not remember his name? But I remember I loved him, and I know who his love interest is going to be in that book. So excited. I thought that was going to be the next book that gets announced. This is Nash's book, which is the guy from Things We Never Got Over. It is his brother, but still, I liked Nash. You know, the iconic scene in Things We Never Got Over. If you know, you know. Since I already really enjoyed Things We Never Got Over and enjoyed the writing, and I love all the characters that are a part of that story, I am absolutely excited to read this. Next, we have X's and O's by Amy Lee. This is basically a book about a book influencer. I'm kind of lost on the premise of the book. I can't really remember, but it's about a book influencer. I'm very interested. I feel like the main reason I want to read this is because I am very interested to see how authors are going to write a book influencer and kind of how they view us. We kind of read their works of art and then review them. I'm interested to see how you would write that. Like, I'm very interested to see. The next book that I'm super excited about is The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. It is basically kind of a tie-in. You don't need to read The Soulmate Equation, but it's a tie-in with The Soulmate Equation because it's about a character that is a prominent part in that book, and then you get her book, and it's kind of the same thing. You get it's a single dad trope. They meet, and I think he's like a director or something. They just have this undeniable chemistry. She loves romance books. She's a romance book writer. Him making a reality TV show, and she's going to be the star of it, and oh my god, sign me up. I love Christina Lauren's writing, and I can just already picture it in my head that it is going to be such a fun and great read. Again, since I already know that I love The Soulmate Equation and I liked this character in The Soulmate Equation, I am so excited to read The True Love Experiment. Next, we have Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I've seen everyone posting this, and I am also very excited because, like I said earlier, I do like a good grumpy sunshine. I definitely have to space them out in between when I read them because there are a little bit of grumpy sunshines that kind of feel the same. A grumpy sunshine, and they knew each other like in school or something, and they have a past, and he is a writer and she is like working for his family's winery and trying to like remodel the place, whatever, or something along those lines. Something along those lines. I have enjoyed quite a bit of Tessa Bailey's books, and I am very, very excited. But I'm also excited for the second book. She also announced the second book that's kind of like in this little series, or I think it's just a duology, but it is Unfortunately Yours, and it has prank wars, marriage of convenience, I can't stand you to lovers, which is what other people call enemies to lovers. I always call it I can't stand you to lovers because I reserve enemies to lovers for my fantasy books. That is exactly why You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. One, I loved her writing and her banter that she wrote, but the little like pranks that they played on each other and just that story itself, I really loved it, and I loved that aspect. So when I read the little blurb of Unfortunately Yours and saw that it was prank wars, marriage of convenience, and everything else that I really like, I was so happy and so excited. I don't know exactly when this comes out. I am guessing that it's coming out in 2023, but Jennifer Lynn Barnes posted that The Brothers Hawthorne is coming out, and it's basically a book from Grayson's point of view and Jameson's point of view, and it is separated from the Inheritance Games, and she said that you don't need to read the Inheritance Games, you can just read The Brothers Hawthorne. I don't really know how that works. I don't know what the book is necessarily going to be about. I just know that it is going to be a thing, and I am guessing that it's coming out in 2023. And the last one that I have is What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. This is a second chance romance. I absolutely adored The Summer of Broken Rules when I read it at the beginning of this year. It's like in high school. I feel like it's just like going to be such a cute read. I kind of feel like for some reason this is going to be the same vibe as Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. Kind of that high school feeling, and they're doing little prank wars, and it's like a second chance romance type of thing. She broke up with her ex, and he's the one that invites her into this prank war. She has a reputation for being a goody two-shoes, and she wants to show everybody that she can have a little bit of fun, and she still has feelings for her ex, and I'm guessing that they both do, and they're spending this time together to do these prank wars, and I just love that feeling of like a fun high school experience, so I'm very excited for that. Those are all of the new releases that are going to be coming out in 2023 that I have on my radar. Like I said, please tell me down below what 2023 releases you guys have that you are very excited for, because I feel like maybe I'm not in the loop. I feel like I'm never in the loop. I feel like I get to stuff kind of later. Let me know down below what stuff that you guys are excited for, because I want to be excited right along with you and find some more 2023 releases. I saw some people do 23 books I'm excited to read in 2023, like for new releases. I think that I'm going to do that, but just books, period. that I have on my TV are 23 books that I'm excited to read. That aren't necessarily new releases, but just books that I'm excited to read in the new year. That is it for today's video. I'm sorry, this might be a little bit of a shorter video, and I'm sorry, but I got some reading that I have to do in between some videos, so I'm trying to do some sit down videos, that way I can still get videos up for you guys. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff that you guys know how to do, and I will see you guys when I see ya, which is tomorrow, but still.